There's a precedent for that kind of work, especially as far as like Woody Guthrie was really I was reading a Woody Guthrie biography, and my old man was in the hospital. He had just had a heart attack, and we didn't know like what way it was gonna go or whatever. Anyway, I don't know, just seeing him all hooked up to that stuff and thinking, if he died, I've hardly had any time to even know him. He's hardly had any time to know anything. We don't get very long down here, and I'm reading this Woody Guthrie biography, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sing the news, because that's really what Woody was kind of doing in his day, because there's folk music around him, and he teamed up with Pete Seeger, and he was on radio programs, and he could have played. He had the choice. He could have played standards. He could have played country western music, and stuff like that. But he liked making folks laugh, and he liked telling it how it was. I like both those things.
I saw Woody Guthrie live when I was a little kid in San Francisco.
Arlo or Woody?
I think Woody. Which one was alive back then? Was it Arlo?
Yeah, Woody died.
Okay, so it must have been Arlo. So it was 19... Let me guess the year. I was 11?
Yeah.
So maybe, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
No, it was San Francisco, so it had to be... I lived there until I was 11, so it was probably around 9 or 10, now that I think about it. But yeah, he performed live. God, I wish I could remember more of it.
And Arlo played this kind of... He went a little more surreal with it, which is super groovy. But he carried on the torch for his old man.
So Woody died in what year? 67.
Yeah, 67. He got a Huntington's disease and was laid up in a home for quite a while. He lost the ability to speak and everything.
What is Huntington's disease?
A rare genetic disorder. I don't really know what it does, other than, look, he's pretty young.
Breakdown of nerve cells in the brain.
Yeah.
His mother also suffered from the same illness.
Yeah. So
what causes that? Why do I have a feeling?
Bad luck.
Maybe not. Maybe why do I have a feeling there's some environmental toxin involved?
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying?
He was sitting next to it. He was in East Palestine.
Pennsylvania? No way.
No, I'm kidding.
You're joking.
But
obviously it's a different time, but there's so many parts of the country that have been polluted by industrial waste.
Right.
There's so much horrible shit out there.
I mean, maybe he was riding on trains and boxcars and stuff. There's no telling what they were hauling around and that sort of thing. But he played the political tunes. I don't, and maybe he's a continuation of a long-standing human tradition of like bards going from town to town and singing the news. I don't know, maybe there was some medieval dude going around singing about the king.
I doubt it.
And I don't know, but maybe there
I'm
was.
sure.
Just because I don't know if it's a uniquely American tradition, but when I do it, I get romantic about it and kind of think of it as a uniquely American tradition, because you got the freedom to do it,
right? And
no one's gunning me down in the field there or anything for anything I say, So I get to.
That's why I doubt if anybody was ever doing anything the way you do it when they were doing it about the king. It's like, find that dude.
The knights go hunt him down or something.
Yeah, maybe a few guys tried, but I bet they killed him.
Or maybe you hired, you co-opted the bard, you turned him into your fool, your jester, or whatever, and then he sang songs for you about how fat the neighbor king was.
I think that's a different guy. I think you're dealing with a different guy. The guy who is the jester, that's the fucking vampire familiar. You know, like in Blade, the guys want to get close to the vampires because they eventually one day want to be a vampire. They promised it.
Who was in the Lord of the Rings? Who was like Theoden's dude, worm tongue, something. Anyway,
I don't remember. I don't remember.
People very close.
But that's always the Dracula story. There's always a familiar. There's always a human that does the bidding of the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, perfect. Exactly. Yeah. Same kind of guy. Fucking creep with a questionable hard drive.
Was he in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Was he? God, that
Is
seems weird.
Like Billy Babbitt?
He would be so old.
Yeah, I know.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest
was it 67 or something?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I mean, but was it...
Yeah, that guy's been in everything. That's him now?
Not now. That's him now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Time is such a motherfucker.
Okay.
He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Far out.
Oh, wow.
75.
Yeah.
75. That's a great fucking movie, too.
Yeah.
That's an eye-opening movie about healthcare. Speaking of which.
Well, in an era of sanatoriums, and stuff where you...
Right, and then people glorify that as like, we need more mental health institutes. That's why there's so many homeless people on the street. And like, have you ever been? We definitely need more mental health.
Yeah.
100% those people need care. But do they need the kind of care that they were getting before they were released on the street, when they were giving people electroshock therapy and fucking cooking their brains?
Those, at least whatever's going on in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is essentially a prison.
Yeah.
Well, they're all with electroshock therapy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and lobotomies. Until like 67.
Yeah.
They were just cooking people's brains with a wand, getting in there and scrambling up your brain.
It's so...
Dude, they did lobotomies for decades.
Yeah.
Decades. Until enough people had their loved ones turned into zombies that they were like, hey, maybe we should probably fucking stop that.
Didn't they lobotomize
Kennedy?
Kennedy?
Yep. Apparently, she was just wild.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Well, first of all...
So I would have been lobotomized.
I don't know if you... Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, first of all, the men were wild. She was wild sexually. Is that part of the accusation, that she was very promiscuous? They had a problem with her, and they wanted her to calm down, and so they fucking scrambled her brains. And apparently, she became non-functional. Like, they really they dialed it up to 10.
So...
And that was it for her. When Kennedy was 23, doctors told her father the lobotomy would help calm her mood swings and stop her occasional violent outbursts.
23.
So Joe Sr. decided that Rosemary should have a lobotomy. However, he did not inform his wife, oh my God, until after the procedure was completed. The procedure took place November 1941. Sins of the Father in the book, 1996 biography. James W. Watts, who carried out the procedure with Walter Freeman, both of George Washington University School of Medicine and Health Sciences, described to Kessler as follows. After Rosemary was mildly sedated, we went through the top of her head. Dr. Watts recalled, I think she was awake. She had a mild tranquilizer. I made a surgical incision in the brain through the skull. It was near the front. It was on both sides. We just made a small incision, no more than an inch. The instruments Dr. Watts used looked like a butter knife. He swung it up and down to cut brain tissue.
Yeah.
We put an instrument inside, he said, as Dr. Watts cut. Dr. Freeman asked Rosemary some questions. For example, he asked her to recite the Lord's Prayer, or sing God Bless America, or to count backward. We made an estimate on how far to cut based on how she responded. When Rosemary began to become incoherent, they stopped.
What a tragedy. Holy cow. Yeah.
Scroll back up. Go back up. Scroll up so I can hear it.
How many folks were getting these?
The nuns of the Covenant thought that Rosemary might become involved with sexual partners and that she could contract a sexually transmitted disease or become pregnant. Her occasionally erratic behavior frustrated her parents. So she got expelled from summer camp, and she was staying only for a few months at a Philadelphia boarding school. Kennedy was sent to a convent school in Washington, D.C. Kennedy began sneaking out of the convent school at night. The nuns in the convent thought that she might be involved with sexual partners and that she might get an STD or become pregnant. And so then they decided to give her a fucking lobotomy. Imagine that. You send a young, healthy girl to a convent with a bunch of fucking creepy nuns, and she just like breaks out in the middle of the night, like go to hang out with her friends or go meet up with a guy or fucking something.
Yeah.
And so they go, well, the solution to this is cut her brain.
Yeah.
And have her talk until she can't talk anymore, and then we know when to stop cutting.
That's insane. Meanwhile, Kennedy's got his...
That wasn't even
He's running his escapades.
Oh, yeah, they all were. The father was. Like, there's...
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's true or not true, because we used to say it, and then there's been things disputing it, but of course, who knows how much money is involved in this in the first place. But supposedly, Kennedy Sr. was involved in illegal liquor during the time where there was prohibition in this country.
Yeah, I thought he was a mobster.
He definitely knew some people, which was what helped his son win Illinois.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know what's true and what's not true in terms of him being a moonshine runner.
Right.
But it tracks. You know, and the whole family.
Seems like an incredibly lucrative business to get into during Prohibition. I don't know who wouldn't be running liquor.
Especially when you can control the police. You know, especially when you had money and you were involved and you had your foot dipped in all sorts of organized crime, and, you know, then you had souped up NASCAR cars that they were using to drive. That's where NASCAR
I guess
comes
that's
from.
the roots of... Yeah. So if it...
Running from the cops.
Yeah, if it weren't for Joe, we wouldn't have had Dale.
Yeah,
So-
right? Wouldn't have had the loop. Yeah, it's just a